Still using the same old AKS-74U while your teammates are changing weapons daily? There are dozens of weapons in ArenaBreakout, and they all have their own strengths. Learn their differences to become a real weapons master. Melee weapons. A melee weapon is something every player can rely on. Even if you die during tactical ops, it won't be lost. You can always carry your favorite knife with confidence. Pistols. Pistols are easy to overlook, but they're a useful weapon in two specific situations. Firstly, they're suited for new players to carry into battle. When militants are defeated and their equipment captured, the original supplies can be accumulated very safely. Secondly, they can be paired with long-range weapons and switched to during close-range combat. Firstly, they're low in price and easy to obtain. Pistols generally don't cost much, not even 4 figures sometimes, and they can be purchased from contacts directly. If you don't want to buy one, you can also borrow them from the militants. Secondly, you can walk and run quickly while carrying pistols, as they're quite light. Holding one will not affect your movement speed. Firstly, the pistol has a short effective range and can only be used at close quarters. It's of little use in mid or long-range combat. Secondly, its smaller magazine size means it doesn't have sustained combat capability and is difficult to use in protracted battles. For modded pistol builds, a sight can be added to solve the issues with the original iron sight, and a silencer can be added to conceal your whereabouts. Some pistols, such as the G17, can also be equipped with high-capacity magazines. Pistols can be roughly divided into 2 tiers, based on their price and damage-dealing ability. Shotguns. When we think of close combat, the first weapon that comes to mind is the shotgun. Shotguns are useful at different stages of experience. When you're just starting out, you can carry a shotgun to resource points near the edges of the map in order to quickly clear out militants, search, and then evacuate. Once you're more familiar with the game, the shotgun can be used against players wearing advanced equipment. Take a shotgun enhanced with modifications straight to the danger zone. Find a safe corner to protect you from other players, then aim it at your enemy's legs to knock them down and loot their equipment. Firstly, shotguns are very cheap. Not only are the recommended prices in the market low, but you can also buy them directly from contacts. In addition, as most shotguns are not fully automatic, ammo consumption is relatively low, which can save you a lot of money. At the same time, close-range damage from shotguns is very high. Shotguns can use buckshot and flechette, which have weak armor penetration but have a scattering effect. If these bullets hit unarmored parts like the arms and legs, the damage spread can easily wipe out enemies. The first is the short range and low accuracy of shotguns. Once an enemy is far enough away, the shotgun becomes completely useless. The second is the relatively long firing intervals. The firing speed of shotguns is very slow. Some require reloading action even before the round is spent. Unless your hits are guaranteed, enemies can easily take advantage of this and kill you. The third issue is the lack of sustained combat capability. Shotgun magazines tend to be small in capacity and cannot be used for prolonged combat. Finally, let's look at modded builds for the shotgun. You can add a front grip and stock to reduce recoil, and install a magazine with greater capacity. You can also add a single scope and a laser to assist with aiming. Shotguns can be roughly divided into 3 tiers, based on their price and damage-dealing ability. Submachine guns. The submachine gun is a common mid-range weapon that can fulfill a range of different combat needs with slight modifications. For new players in the ArenaBreakout, an unmodified submachine gun is sufficient to deal with militants and other players. After carrying out comprehensive modification of submachine guns with strong usability, such as the MPX and P90, they can even compete with players carrying advanced ammo and wearing advanced equipment. The most prominent feature of the submachine gun is its high rate of full automatic fire. This makes it easy to use, even for players who have difficulty aiming. It also allows for relatively stable hip fire, and can be used without ADS indoors and in urban warfare, as well as allowing you to shoot first. This also means there is no visual obstruction when firing. The first is that its firing accuracy is not great, and it has a relatively short effective range. In an open, outdoor environment, it struggles to deal with long-range enemies. The second is the lack of sustained combat capability. Due to its high rate of fire, the submachine gun magazine is quickly emptied, and so requires frequent reloading. Submachine guns generally have a lot of parts that can be modified. Adding a front grip and stock can increase recoil control, allowing for more stable hipfire. You can add sights and lasers to assist with aiming, and silencers to conceal your whereabouts. In addition, due to the submachine gun's high rate of fire, it's a good idea to install a magazine with greater capacity. Submachine guns can be roughly divided into 4 tiers, based on their price and damage-dealing ability. To conclude, that's all there is to say about melee weapons, pistols, shotguns, and submachine guns for now. These weapons can be surprisingly effective, but of course, they require diligent practice. Remember that when surrounded by enemies indoors, you can activate creep and turn off lasers to hide your whereabouts. All roads lead to Gunsmith Mastery. See you next time.